my favorite hand cream here. I just thought I'd put a little bit on today because I thought it makes the book sound a little better. Like for sticky tapping. So let's get started with the first book that I read in June, and that is Trist 6 Venom. By Penelope Douglas. This book is about Clay and Olivia. They both go to the same high school. And Olivia is openly into women. And Clay thinks that she's into guys. And it's kind of a book about their love story. They both come from different worlds, really. Clay comes from a prominent, wealthy family. While Olivia, I think it even says here, like she crosses the tracks every day. So she lives in the old, rundown town, while Clay lives in this nice big house. And Clay, all throughout high school, I think it's their senior year of high school in this book. All throughout high school, Clay is really mean to Olivia. She bullies her pretty much every day, and they play rugby together, and they've never gotten along. But there's been a reason why they've never gotten along that no one knew about. This is a really big book. Do some book wiggles. So on the back of this book here it has Clay and Olivia. I'll go ahead and read Olivia's really quick. I cross the tracks every day for one reason: to graduate from this school and get into an Ivy League. I'm not ashamed of where I come from, my family, or how everyone in Marymount thinks my skirts are too short and my lipstick too red. Clay Collins and her friends have always turned up their noses at me. The witch with her beautiful skin, clean shoes, and rich parents who torment me daily and thinks I won't fight back. At least not until I get her alone and find out she's hiding so much more than just what's underneath those pretty clothes. The princess thinks I'll scratch her itch. She thinks she's still pure as long as it's not a guy touching her. I told her to stay on her side of town. I told her not to cross the tracks, but one night she did, and when I'm done with her, she'll never be pure again. This book is very steamy, so if you're not into that, don't pick this up, but it is a very, very good book. I gave this a 5 out of 5, and it's probably my lovers, kind of. So I was really rooting for Elliot and Macy in the beginning, and then when you find out what happens, just me, I don't know if that's something that I could forgive. It's kind of, a lot goes on. It's a really good read, but the situation for me brought it from like a 5 out of 5 to a 4 out of 5. Just me personally, I don't think it's something that I can forgive, but it's still definitely worth the read. I'm not saying it's a bad book by any means. It's still a really good book, but the situation is just really heavy.
She's in New York City and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything, if only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly